channel, welcome to my guide.
Hey channel, welcome to my guys. Hey, welcome channel to my guys. Hey guys, channel to.
That is what happens when you spend a few weeks without coming in front of a camera, guys. It's been a while. I've been doing videos, but most of the videos that I did that you've been watching, I had batch shot them, if that's what they say. And it's been a while since I last sat in front of a camera. You are very welcome. And we recently hit 200 subscribers. Yay! Oh, to all the new subscribers, you are very welcome. My name is Doreen, and on this channel, we progress in every area of our lives. In finances, we progress, fashion, skincare, parenthood, motherhood, yeah, and life in general. I literally do content about everything and anything. So if you come here, just know, just expect everything, life in general as it comes. You are welcome. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button, and I encourage you to also tell all your friends and family to subscribe to the channel so that we can grow and we put a K to that 200, and it will be 200,000 subscribers, not only 200. Yeah, so I'm excited that you are here. In this video, I'm going to share a few tips that are helping me thrive in this economy, or how you can thrive in this economy, how you can manage this economy, because guys, the economy is economing, the math is not mathing, the fuel prices are high, they are off the roofs. Like it's just too much. So I thought that I would share with you guys some of the things that I'm doing in my home that are helping me manage this economy, if I may call it like that. So of course, first and foremost, we have to pray to God to help us, and help us with this economy, help us to thrive in this economy, provide for us supernaturally and all that. Some of the things that I am doing in addition to prayer include bulk shopping. So I started bulk shopping in May, and I bought a sack of rice, a sack of sugar, a sack of posho, a box of soap, washing soap, Omo, and all that. Yeah, and this took me some months. I realized that when you shop in bulk, first and foremost, the things are cheaper, and it saves you time and planning, like every month planning to buy sugar, planning to buy salt, planning to buy all those things. Yeah, so when you've shopped in bulk, it helps you to save money, because the bulk 10 kilograms of sugar bought separately are different from the buying a sack of, those small sacks of 10 kilograms. Yeah, so I started bulk shopping, and if you're looking into surviving or thriving in this economy or this season, you can look into bulk shopping. I'm sure it will come in handy for you. It saves time and saves resources. So that is one of the things that I'm doing to thrive in this economy. Another thing that I have been doing that has been helping me even in this season is batch cooking. So me, I don't do the batch cooking, that whole batch cooking of you cook the food, all the food, and store the cooked fried food. The batch cooking that I'm talking about for me that I do is I boil beans in bulk, I boil peas in bulk, I boil beef in bulk, I boil chicken in bulk, and then I separate them into different dishes. And then from my weekly menu, we have something that we cook every day. So on that day that we're cooking beans, we pull out a dish of beans and fry it and eat with the food that we've cooked. On another day that we are eating beef, I pull out like a dish that I stored in beef, and we fry and we eat. Yeah, so that is the batch cooking that I'm talking about. So this saves charcoal or gas, and it also saves time. In a way that if you boil half a kilogram of beans, I mean like the dry beans or even the fresh beans, if you boil half a kilogram of beans, the charcoal you use is the same that you'll use to boil like 3 or 4 kilograms of beans. So it saves time and saves energy. Yeah, so I boil these things and store them in the freezer. And a tip that I would give on batch cooking, I would advise that you also boil vegetables, and like you put a lot of vegetables to increase the volume of the sauce. So that is a tip that I would give to increase the amount of sauce that you take. First and foremost, it increases the healthiness of the sauce. If you add a lot of vegetables and greens, which are cheap, which you can get easily, and as you fry, you add them, or as you boil, you add them. For example, when I'm boiling the beans, I add eggplants, and when I'm boiling the peas, like the dry peas or fresh peas, I add green beans. Are they called French beans? Yes, French beans. Yeah, so this increases the sauce and also adds some flavor and some difference to the sauce that you're taking. Yeah, and also when I'm frying, I add a lot of carrots, green pepper, onions, all those things. I add a lot, like yeah, so you can add those things to increase the amount of sauce, hence saving in this economy. You guys, we have to find ways of how to save. Yes, so bulk shopping and then batch cooking. Another thing that I started recently to do is to switch up the menu every once in a while. So if you've been eating bread every breakfast you eat with bread, so you can switch up the menu and say, instead of buying 4 loaves of bread this week, I'm going to buy 2 or buy 1, and then the other days we shall eat cassava. You steam cassava on top of the food and then keep it, like for dinner you steam cassava on top of the food and then you keep it for the following day to take with breakfast. Some sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes, yams, those hard yams and then the soft ones. Yeah, either of them can work. And then you eat that with the porridge or with the milk or with the tea that you're taking in for breakfast. So this helps reduce the amount of time you're buying bread, and hence you're saving, and people are even eating healthier options. Yeah, so that is another way that you can switch up your menu to serve you during this season of time, and maybe you can actually continue with that after this season has passed and the economy has stabilized or gone back down or up. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah. Another thing that I would advise, like especially people who are working, like you make your tea, like avoid eating restaurant food. So you make your food at home and go with it to work. First and foremost, it reduces the cost, and then you eat more healthier foods if you eat the food from home. So even tea, you can make tea at home, put it in your tea cup, and go with it to work. Pack like the cassava that I had told you, pack 1 sweet potato. We have to make sure we find ways of how we survive this season. So you can do restaurant food once in a while. I'm not saying that you completely rule it out. You can do it once in a while, but not every day. Not every day, because that will help you to save some money. Another thing that we can do is that we all know that fuel prices have been so high, like they kept increasing, and right now as I shoot this video they have reached some constant. They're like constant a bit, they are not increasing that much, but the price per liter is really high. So one of the things that I would advise like people who, again, like corporate guys who go to work every morning, you can carpool and share the fuel cost, but you carpool. This will give you an opportunity to get to know your neighbors, because you never know what can happen, and your neighbors will come through for you. Even after this season has passed, you keep friends, you know each other and all that. And also you can walk home. If your workplace is not very far, you can walk home. If you have an option of working from home, instead of burning the fuel to go to work, you can work from home, or you can talk to your boss to see if you can work from home if you really don't have to go to office. You can use a taxi once in a while. A friend was sharing how using taxis because of lack of fuel helped her reflect a lot on life, because she's not concentrating on the road to see which border is passing or which person is passing and all that. Yes, so you can also start using a taxi every once in a while, unless you must use your car. Yes, so that would be very helpful. Another thing that we can do is to reduce wastage at home by guiding the help on the amount of food that they should cook. Sometimes it's hard for these people to know how much food to cook. Like you find you're throwing food every day. Every day you're throwing away food, and that is very wasteful. it wastes the resources, and it's just so disturbing. So you can help them, the maid or the house help or the nanny, to measure the amount of rice that they can cook every day, the matoke that they can cook every day, the sauce that they can cook every day. And this will help, to reduce the wastage at home, and hence you'll be saving money. Another thing that we can do is to reduce our expenses. So I'm working on this myself. I always ask myself, do I really need this at this particular point in time? Do I need this in this season? And if it is not necessary, I do away with it, or I don't buy it. The goal is to save, to be able to manage the amount of money you have right now, even with the increased prices. Yeah. So you ask yourself, do I really need this? Do I really need to buy this right now? And then if you don't need it, then you don't buy it. Yeah, so that is another way that we can help to, thrive in this economy. Another thing we can do is to reduce luxuries and focus on essentials while saving for a time that we may not understand. What COVID taught us is that anytime anything can happen. So it is very important that, okay, while we splurge on ourselves every once in a while, you don't over splurge like you used to before COVID. So that will help, during this season. That will help us during this season. Another thing that you can do during this season, instead of paying people to do some roles, you do them yourself. For example, instead of paying someone to wash your car, you wash it yourself. You slash the compound yourself. This will help you exercise even, this helps you to exercise. And as you exercise, you become more healthy, you become more fit, while saving money for fuel. Another thing that is very vital, that if you haven't started doing, you should do. I started doing it again. I used to do this before I got married. When I got married, I had relaxed, so I have resumed doing it. Is building an emergency fund. So an emergency fund is money you put aside that an equivalent of like 6 months or more living expenses. So if you survive, for example, if as a family you survive on 1 million, you put aside 6 million, just so that in case that monthly 1 million doesn't come in, you are still able to survive and live within your means. So that is an emergency fund. So if you haven't started putting aside an emergency fund, start saving now. So, and the way you can save is by doing some of the things that I've mentioned above. Switch up your menu to reduce expenses, carpooling to reduce the amount of fuel that you use, and all those things. Yeah. So start building your emergency fund, because one thing that COVID taught us is that anything can hit anytime, and very many people lost their jobs during COVID. So, and there was a lot of uncertainty even up to now. This economic crisis that came, the fuel prices increasing, and hence increasing everything else. All the commodity prices went up because of the fuel prices, because everything, hinges on fuel. If the fuel prices increase, the lorry that is bringing matoke from the village to town will also increase, like the fuel they are using will increase, hence increasing the amount of money that they charge the matoke. So that is how the fuel prices affect everything. But if you have an emergency fund, even during this economic crisis, if like things are really not adding up, it can help you. That fund can help you to continue, sustaining your lifestyle. They say that there's a saying that the best time to plant a tree was yesterday. The second best time to plant a tree is now. So if it has started, like if this economic crisis has started when you don't have an emergency fund, it is time to start. It is time to cut down those luxuries, cut down those non-essentials, and build an emergency fund so that in case of anything, you are sorted. So another thing that we can do is to create multiple sources of income. So you look at the things that you like to do, your passion, your talent, and see how your knowledge, and see how you can monetize it to get extra income. Because the prices are high now, like the prices continue to go up, yet the salaries are not going up. In fact, some of them are being slashed, and going down. Yeah, so you can look at having multiple sources of income as a family. This will help you to, manage this season that we are in. So these extra sources of income help to supplement the main income that you have. For example, I like hosting people, and because of that, I am looking at business ideas that can help me host people, do something that I like, which is hosting people while earning from it. Yeah, so I'm looking at business ideas that are in line with that. Another thing that I like to do is declutter, and I'm working on a plan to see how to help other people declutter their homes while I earn, something from it, because I know a clean space leads to a clean mind, and a clean mind gives you room to think important things and make those important decisions, and go after your passions. But if your space is cluttered, trust me, your mind will also be cluttered. Yeah, so I'm also looking into that. So you can look at your talents, look at if you like speaking, you can do like an MCing course, a short course, and you start, going for MCing gigs. If you like to bake, you can start baking and selling at office to make an extra income. All those things that you like to do, your passions, your talent, the skills that you've developed over time, you can monetize them and get money. And I hope that we do not watch this video, even now I'm speaking to myself, and we just stop at saying it, but we go out there and actually do it. Yeah, so that is one of the things that we shall do. We have to increase our sources of income. Another point is I love minimal living, so this may not really apply to me because I'm constantly decluttering. Yeah, so you can declutter your home and sell off those items to get some extra money to take you through this season. There are some people who have swings that they bought for their babies, but their babies have now grown, but they still have those swings at home, just filling up all that space. So you can sell them and get some money to help you do the things that you want to do, that you would like to do. You have like those bicycles that maybe got issues that you never took to those guys to repair. You can take it to the bicycle repair people, they repair it and you sell it off if you don't need it anymore. The people who have broken cookers, all those things, you can either repair them or throw them away so that you can have a clean space. So declutter and sell off those things to get extra income, but also to give you a clean space, which will help you have a clean mind, to help you think about more important things and more business ideas that can help you make that money. And on that note, if you would like to declutter your home, I'm available to help you with that. You can leave a comment in the description box, or I'm going to leave my Instagram details in the description box. You can DM me on Instagram, or you can leave a comment on Facebook, a message on Facebook. I don't know if I will get to the one on Facebook in time, but if you DM me on Instagram or leave a comment below in the comment section, I will surely reach out to you. Yeah, so those are some of the things that are helping me during this season. I thought I would share so that they could also help someone that is struggling. And if there are some of the things that you've put in place to help you during this season, where the prices are up, the salaries are still down, we are trying to manage the situation, please comment down below. Leave those things that you're doing, the steps that you have put in place, the systems that you have put in place to help you cope in this season that we are in. I would like to call it a season because I know it will pass, because seasons come and seasons go. I know it will pass, but while we are still in this season, what are we doing to make sure that we are living our best lives and we are excelling at whatever we are doing? Yeah, so that is it for this video. Again, welcome to the new members. You are very welcome to my channel. Those that have not subscribed, please subscribe. Let us grow as a family. And on this channel, we always say progress is progress no matter how small. So keep moving, keep growing, and keep glowing. Bye bye. See you in the next video.